What if I told you I knew the secret to starting the year right? Would you want to know what it was? It only takes 10 minutes to change the direction of your new year. Hi, I'm Nancy Marie Peterson, and I've been a parent for 28 years. I've been homeschooling for 20 years. I have 6 kids. I have 5 that I graduated. And I want to share something that can have a huge impact when you come back after the break. So, a lot of times in December, we are exhausted. We've kind of started off the year and we're going strong and we're ready for a break and we're ready for Christmas and we're ready for to celebrate and we walk away. When you do that and you just end and you shove your books away and you just take a break, you're really losing an opportunity to make the next year stronger and better. So let me back up and let me tell you what this looks like. So before you pack all your school stuff away and take your holiday break, stop and take 10 minutes and assess, where are we at? How are we doing? Have we gotten everything we need to get done? What could we do better? Where are we thriving and where do we need to improve? So, for instance, if your morning routines are not going well and you're just kind of jumbled and you're just kind of all over the place, then commit to the beginning of the school year in January that you're going to create a morning routine and you're going to start school at 8:30 or 8 o'clock, whatever works for you. And you're going to start with prayer and you're going to start by a devotion. It doesn't take that long. Just assess what isn't working and come up with a plan. Maybe you feel like the mornings are a little bit of chaos. Maybe for you, you feel like I'm not getting their schoolwork corrected, and I have stacks now that I have to go through and correct. So, at the beginning of the year in January, I'm going to correct all their work before I go to bed. So, at 7 o'clock at night, I'm going to take 30 minutes and I'm going to get all their schoolwork done, or 7 o'clock in the morning, whatever works for you. But commit to changing what isn't working. So, look at your homeschooling right now and say, what isn't really working? What are we just trying to get through, and what could we change and make better? When you stop and assess, when you stop and you take the time, it will have a huge impact in your future. It'll just bring more clarity and more peace and more unity in the homeschool when you take care of the things that are triggering you. When you just put everything away and you're done for the holidays and you don't even assess and you just jump in and you jump back just to January and you're just going to go into where you were doing again and you're going to make the same mistakes. But if you take 10 minutes and just assess, you can start the 2026 school year even stronger, even better in January. You'll come back more equipped. Now, a lot of times you're going to say, I'm going to forget it. I won't remember what I'll have that break. This is what you're going to do. You're going to write out the plan and you're going to just simply write it out and you're going to stick it, whether it's in your computer or in the front of your notebook, wherever you're going to open first when you start school in January. Open it up and you're going to read this commitment. I'm telling you, it will have a huge impact in your school year. You will start the year in January so much stronger because you've already had a jump start. You've done September to December and you've kind of worked out some of the tweaks with this new curriculum or whatever you're doing with your kids. And if you can assess in December, it will make a big difference when you start back up in January because you will have forward momentum. You will have just a mindset that will be more clear and you won't muddle your way through because you've already tried it one way. And now you have a plan to try it in a different direction with more clarity, with more purpose, and with more passion because you're going to fix what isn't working. And so often as moms, we are responsible for everything and it gets overwhelming. But I promise you, if you just take 10 minutes before you wrap up and take the holiday break, if you just stop and assess and really determine what is working and what isn't, and what if you could change one thing when you jump back in January, what would it be? Write it down, stick it in a folder where you can find it. And I know when you pick up in January and you jump back into your school year and you look at this commitment that you're making, it's a goal, it's a vision, it's a plan. You will have a more successful school year because you're already ahead. You've got momentum and you're running that. So I want to challenge you to do this because it will have an impact. And whether you're a goal setter or not, you want a vision and a passion and a purpose for what you're doing is I would love to walk alongside of you. We talk about your giftings and your callings and what's working and what's not working and coming up with words that will help you launch and do your best year. So if you're looking for something like that, it's in the description. It's called Intentional Year. And it will just help you set goals for your next year and help you even make the most out of your life. So as a mom and a homeschooling mom, I know you're doing this because you're passionate, because you love your kids and you want to do what's best for them. So take 10 minutes and just assess where you're at and where you could do better. write it out, stick it where you'll find it when you come back in January, and I promise it will have a huge impact. All right. As always, stay intentional, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.